Okay, so y'all remember the story I told not too long ago about Meshay Melendez and her daughter Layla Stewart, who was murdered by her no good snagger-tooth man, well, on and off boyfriend again, Kirkland Warren? So let's get into the full details on the rundown of how it led up to their murder and how that motherfucker got caught. And if you haven't seen my last video, please go back to watch it because this video will only go over the details on Kirkland and how this person could have gotten caught. This predator could have gotten caught and they missed it. They dropped the ball. Go back and watch it if you haven't seen it. We already know that Meshay and Layla were both found in a wooded area near Washougal, Washington. Meshay had been shot once, and poor Layla had been shot twice, a 7-year-old. Okay? Let's get that in y'all head. Stick it. So in November of 2017, Kirkland Warren was charged for the murder of a man named Curtis. He had alleged that him and Curtis were driving around after handling some business, and Curtis had been asking for some money over and over and over again, and apparently that had made Kirkland fear for his life. So he shot him and then threw his body in a ditch. Sound familiar? And in that same year, in December, he was arrested for that homicide, but was able to post bail and was released the following day. Released the following day. What? And in February of 2018, charges are filed of first-degree murder and abuse of a corpse, but nothing was heard of after that. Nothing was heard of after that. It was just filed. That was it. No charges were dropped. So that was in 2018. Now in 2020, Vancouver police investigate Warren for possessing a stolen semi-automatic handgun. They contact him, seize the weapon, and just put it into evidence. Despite his background, nothing happens after that. In 2021, he files another application to get another handgun, which thank God he was denied, lying on the application saying that he wasn't under indictment for the Arkansas murder case with Curtis. Now remember, that was in March of 2021. So in December 13th of 2022, her and Kirkland had an altercation, an argument that went totally south. Kirkland leaves Meshay's apartment where he shoots a handgun at the balcony where she was looking out of. Okay. On December 23rd of 2022, Meshay calls 911 to report that Kirkland had assaulted her. And she also reports the shooting that happened 10 days prior to that. Okay? Following me? Cool. So on February 3rd, 2023, a whole 2 months later after the shooting and the assault happened, law enforcement, they interview a friend of Meshay's who corroborates the whole story and who was there during the shooting and altercation of Kirkland. On February 17th, that same month, Meshay, she meets with law enforcement and recants the whole story, saying that her and her friend were on drugs and they had like a mental health thing going on, and she just wants reassurance that Kirkland was not going to be arrested for this, which, let's just remember, this is common when it comes to domestic violence relationships and with women. That's common. So let's not get upset about that. So on March 3rd, 2023, Kirkland makes a first appearance with the courts on suspicion of second-degree domestic violence, drive-by shooting, making a false statement, harassment, and possession of a stolen firearm. And to put the icing on the damn cake, prosecutors did a danger assessment test that said that Kirkland posed an extreme risk when it came to Meshay. He scored a 31 out of 1 to 18. 31 out of 1 to 18. And they also note the active homicide case in Arkansas. with Curtis, the first homicide case that he had. So they asked that Kirkland had be held on $100,000 bail, which the judge did grant. And the judge also put in order a domestic violence no contact order for Kirkland, which he violated while in jail. Twice. So now on March 6, 2023, Kirkland appears in court, and one of the police officers asks the court to order Kirkland to wear a GPS monitor and to raise that bail a little bit more. But on March 7th, 2023, the court case is dismissed. Okay? And he is not fitted with a monitor despite the danger that he posed to Meshay. And despite everything, despite the no contact order, he still saw Meshay after he was released, y'all. When I tell y'all, it boils my balls. Oh my gosh. Now let's get into the disappearance and the last time someone saw Meshay and Layla. And when I tell y'all, y'all about to be ready to knock all this shit over. Now, on the morning of March 12th, around 5 a.m., a friend of theirs named Joe said that Kirkland and Meshay left her house to go make some money. Kirkland came back with Meshay around 8 a.m. to pick up Layla. And when they pulled up to said Joe's house, Meshay was passed out in the passenger seat, naked from the waist down. Joe says that she tried to reach in the car to turn the music down because he came back with the music blasting, but Kirkland yelled at her and told her to close the door. And despite all of this, despite Meshay, her mom, being unresponsive and passed out and naked from the waist down, she still puts that poor little girl in the car with this man. And you know the history behind them. Why on earth would you put a 7-year-old in the car with this crazy ass man and her mom is naked from the waist down, passed out and unresponsive? Now that was March 12th, the last time they were seen. March 18th, Meshay's mom had reported them both missing because she hadn't heard from her all week. And they were found on March 22nd. Now, for the rest of the video, I'm just going to go ahead and play y'all the interrogation that Kirkland went through and all the excuses and how he just sobbed and tried to ease his way through the investigation. When I tell y'all it was nuts, be careful who y'all lay with.
Do you think I'm here to judge you?
No.
Do you think I'm here because maybe God put me here?
You're here to do your job.
Yeah, and what do you think that job is?
To find them.
To find them, right? Do you think maybe I have found them?
No.
You don't know?
I hope not.
Do you hope not?
I hope not in the way you think. I hope not in the way that I think you about to say.
What do you think I'm about to say? Kirkland?
Just tell me they're okay.
I can't tell you that.
That's all I need to hear. Just
What do you think? Where do you think they are?
I don't know.
Kirkland, I'm here to ask about what actually happened. And I wouldn't be here having this conversation with you if I didn't think that maybe you'd want to talk about it.
I didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything?
No, sir.
So what did happen?
I don't know. I don't know where they are.
You don't know where they are?
I've been calling and calling.
I get it. Do you think that maybe that might be some denial?
No, sir.
Kirkland?
I've made my mistake before.
Okay, fair enough, man. I'm not here to about past
I
stuff.
don't run from it.
Then tell me about what happened to that baby.
I don't know.
You do know.
I don't.
Kirkland, I don't want to go down the road with all the stuff that I have on my phone. I want to hear it from a man. You're a man, right?
I am.
You're a man that maybe made a mistake, not a monster?
Not a monster.
Okay.
I made my mistakes in the past.
So tell me about the mistake that happened.
The one in Arkansas.
No, I don't. Not about that, man. Tell me about this baby.
I I don't know.